Hello there. I'm broadcasting this message in the capacity as spokesperson for the covert underbelly that surreptitiously operates and controls every minuscule detail and aspect of Australian society. I'm not going to tell you my name because you've got no need to know, but you should understand the hard fact that it's us unelected, unseen, and largely unknown groups and individuals working behind the scenes that constitutes the real power behind the fabricated illusion of democratic government. It's a cliche, but nonetheless true, that while governments come and go, the unheralded bureaucracy goose-steps unhindered in gloating triumph. If you haven't yet realised it makes no difference who gets elected into government administration, because the gutless sycophants will do exactly what we, the ruling corporatocracy, dictate. This purpose-built political system is meticulously designed to keep the wool over the eyes of the electorate who, despite clear and compelling evidence to the contrary, believe they have an effective say in matters of consequence. Well, of course they don't, and they never have. But our bought and paid for mainstream media maintains the illusion of democracy, which works fine for us. Part of that manufactured illusion is politicians grandstanding how much they care for Australia and its people, as embarrassingly exampled in their treasons greetings messages, gormlessly gun-flapping about this great nation and its wonderful people. Well, if they believe that, why then flood it with uncontrolled open border immigration of incompatible social factions in order to swamp and eliminate Australia's cultural identity while selling off the whole box and dice to China? If they think it's such a great nation, why saturate it for decades with geoengineering chemtrails that now fuel 5 million hectares of raging bushfires owing to the dense concentrations of incendiary aluminium and highly combustible heavy metals? This deliberate eco-terrorism is purposely exacerbated through draining the Artesian Basin 6 times faster than it can naturally replenish, while selling off water rights to foreign ownership. There are some 43,000 fracking wells exhaustively draining freshwater supplies while drying out floodplains and rivers for an unnecessary product that's virtually worthless. You'll often hear elected representatives parrot the dog-eared phrase, "The Australian people aren't stupid," then promptly do something confirming how unbelievably dumb the public must be to accept it. This is painfully exampled by the criminal insanity of ecocidal fracking. One of the many benefits of being a faceless shadow government bureaucrat is that we never have to publicly offer empty platitudes consoling the miserable masses, because we couldn't care less what they think. When voters become sufficiently pissed off at being extorted, violently abused and contemptuously ignored, they replace the current administration with another bunch of corrupted glove puppet politicians, but our long-term plans continue to unfold without missing a step. Us deep state insiders see this as a hilarious joke. Swapping out electric governments makes no difference to our globalist, communist, socialist takeover, in tandem with the stealthy implementation of Agenda 2030. In effect, we've become above the law untouchables, enforcing absolute tyranny, with the best part being that it's all paid for by the mug taxpayers. That means taxpayers fund their own enslavement, so do you wonder why we perceive the public as moronic? The deep state has gotten away with mass poisoning populations with neurotoxic fluoride for decades. This continues regardless of an abundant body of evidence confirming the criminal mass medication of water fluoridation is a vicious scientific hoax. Now, I'm not seeking to be gratuitously offensive, but sanctioning the most violently malicious, mass-murdering crime gang in human history, the pharmaceutical industry, to control the global medical establishment along with all medical training and doctorate certification just isn't smart. We know it, and a tiny minority of you know it. but not enough to concern us, and we're clamping down on free speech so as to smother growing awareness and stifle political dissent at the get-go. Expose anything we prefer unscrutinised, and we'll denounce it as hate speech to expunge it from the public record. Imposing absurd laws that make failing to indulge some pathetic misfit's delusion about their choice of gender a punishable crime demonstrates our criminal control of the judiciary. In short, we control it all. So this message is just to say thank you for your tax contributions and just keep sucking it up.